So, I may need to preface this video. You're probably asking yourself, dude, where the fuck is the Sandrail? About 2 weeks ago, I was involved in a pretty bad crash in my semi. And I'm pretty fucked up. Multiple ribs are broken. I'm healing, but I'm dealing with a whole lot of pain. But prior to that, I had gotten the rear suspension all set up with the coilovers, found out the coilovers don't work, got pissed off, which tends to happen a lot. Some coffee. I got pissed off, cut it up, said fuck it. Because that wasn't what I wanted. That car was going to get built and sold, and that was going to be the end of my Volkswagen adventures. But I had a guy call me, said he had a clean 59 pan roller sitting outside of his shop. The price was fucking unbelievable, so I bought it. Completely rust-free, beautiful pan. Got it home, and I didn't film any of this. I got it home and decided that it needed to have the IRS from the other, from the Sandrail. Took the IRS off the Sandrail, modified the frame, the pan to accept that IRS, which there is a video on that. I will put that out after this. And, well then, you know, I don't have a body for it. So I went ahead and built a little tube structure to hold my seat belts and hold my steering column. And I've been running around as a full-size pan buggy. Right now I'm concentrating on wiring. The entire car has been wired. Now I'm looking for the headlights, taillights, turn signals. And then I need to pretty it all up and make it all one piece. But at this point, if I can find the Manx style fiberglass body that I would like, that's actually what I want. If I can find one in my price range, which right now, being out of work for the last 2 weeks and probably going to be out of work for the next 4, that's not happening anytime soon. Everything has just been thrown at the fucking wall right now because of this crash. I'm sorry I keep moving around. I can't stay still because if I stay still too long, it really hurts. And if you haven't noticed, I'm not breathing as well. It's partially because of these. But mostly it's because if I breathe in too deeply, it hurts like a motherfucker. So I'll go ahead and I'll take you around the car, show you what I've got done so far, and what I'll be doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sandrail project has taken a very abrupt right turn. More when I get home. Alright, I haven't recorded much video on this thing for a little bit. I got the IRS is installed, the brakes are working. The only thing I haven't done is the emergency brake because the cables are too short for the IRS rear end, so I got to pick up some new cables. Both seats are installed. Piece of 1-inch square tubing across, welded it there, front and rear, bolted it. Both of them are installed. The seat belts are bolted to the factory locations except for the upper harnesses because I haven't done anything with the rear bars yet. Front, here's my hoop. Hoop for the steering column. This is all intended to, everything that I'm doing right now is intended to be unbolted so that way I can just set a body on top. This steering column is temporary. I did put my removable steering wheel on there. But that's just because you're pretty close to have a removable steering wheel with these seats, or else it's hard to get under the steering wheel with those big tall side bolsters. I did make mounts for the fuel tank. They're just temporary on there. I unstrap the tank, turn those pieces of tubing on the bolts, and they'll come right off. So that way, real quick and easy like, I can pull that off. This is not attached to here. I'm gonna take this 1-inch square I've got and run a piece from there to there and back. So that way I can mount my harnesses to there and then run pieces from here to here and then probably do a diagonal from here to here and from here to here. Just to strengthen everything up and make the chassis slightly stiffer. If you don't, this thing will kind of bounce and twist and do all kinds of weird shit while you're going down the road. But that's the update for now. Same thing in the back there with the back of the seats. You know, just welded them onto the original factory seat rails and then bolted them. That's all I got for now. Okay, so I know that this is all kind of a fucking mess, but I do have most of my wiring in. I've got a few, like these are the headlight wires here, the low beam headlight wires. My turn signal wires and my turn signal bulbs for temporary are here. Everything is kind of coming down this side here into my fuse block. And I can do a video if you want me to on how I've done my fuse block. I've got a couple here that need to go in. These two here. This power wire runs these accessory wires here, and then these individual wires. One is for my starter, and the other one is for my electronics back here. So these ones here are just for my accessories like my tail lights, turn signals, etc. I also have my cigarette lighter power. All of this is going to get cleaned up before I put any kind of body on it, and it'll all look pretty close to factory. I've got my notebook there with my wiring diagram that I drew up. All of this is all set up. New carb, new alternator, new fuel pump, bunch of new gaskets on my intake, cut off and welded up those horns. Just trying to redirect all that flow down to the cylinders. This exhaust is going to get cut off, and then I'm going to put a 180 on it to a muffler right here and then bring it out. That's for later. Battery needs a mount, and I need to change these cables over. This red one here is actually my negative. This black one here is my positive, and I need to get that switched around. Here's my back brace. All of this is recycled. As you can see here, I ran a piece of that 1-inch box tubing down the rail and bolted it in multiple locations. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these are all temporary, so I wasn't too worried about how great my welds were. But I've got this one here bracing this. And then I go from there up and bent around to the rear seatbelt harness. And then I've got my seatbelt attached to that. Like I said, all this is recycled from the Sandrail chassis. And it's not really meant for safety. It's more meant for, hey, a cop looks at it and says, okay, it's a little bit safer than just running around with a pan. The actual intention, like I said before, of this whole setup is that I can unbolt all of this. This whole shebang right here can be unbolted. Unbolt from the steering column, unbolt the column, unbolt or remove the tank straps, spin those things around, and they'll come right off. And then I can just literally drive underneath a new body, and we can lower the body down onto it, and nothing will have been affected. I need to move all of this and tidy it all up. But that'll all come later. Right now I'm more concerned about just getting it running and driving for now. But that's the update for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.